Are you ready? 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 Are you ready?
Hey everyone, it's Chris and I'm here to finally film that Q&A/giveaway, the giveaway thing that I did like 2 months ago. Things have been happening with my camera and life and footage, and so I'm finally getting around to doing this. Sorry it took me so long. Except if I do one of these, I'll actually put like a time limit on it so that I have to like have it done at a certain time. But yeah. We're just gonna do the questions first. I'm gonna jump into them. I haven't actually really planned them out. I just printed them off, and there's chocolate on the paper because I just had chocolate ice cream and apparently got it on the paper. Lovely. But yeah, we're just gonna jump into the questions. Thank you everyone who asked them. You guys are awesome, and yeah, I'll definitely be doing more giveaways on the channel eventually, or try to. We'll say. I actually might be giving away. Never mind. We'll get to that when we get to that. I'm not putting out words out there that might not be true. Let's be real. Alright. First two questions are from Demigods or Dauntless. Thank you so much. What is your favorite book cover? And I don't usually think about book covers that much, but I remember one book cover that I just got super excited for it that I had to actually do a video, a video about the cover reveal, and that was the first book of the Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard series, The Sword of Summer. I don't know if you guys see, okay, there you go, that's better. You guys can see it. It's just, I love the colors, I love the wolf and all, and I loved everything about this when it cover was revealed. I was just like, yes. So yeah. That one. Alright, she also asked if I could change a book cover, what would it be? Didn't think I had an answer for this, and I looked at my shelf and went, 2 Parties, 1 Tux, and a very short film about the Grapes of Wrath. This has an alternate cover, and I don't really like that cover much either. Also, this book is just, it's a pretty good book. I thought it was much better than I thought it was going to be, but I think I had super low expectations because of the cover, so maybe that makes it a good cover. I don't really know. Next up, Nina Rhapsodia asked what my best reading memory was, and I didn't really know how to approach that question. And I guess my answer would probably be just the first time that I read Realm of Possibility by David Levithan. I was reading the book for a competition, so that's one thing. Yeah, I was in the battle of if in Chicago we had a mayor, when Mayor Daley was the mayor, when we had a thing called Mayor Daley's Battle of the Books, and so I had to read 20 books. Between our team, we had to read 20 books and be ready to compete on them. And so this was just a competition book, so I think I approached those books differently, and I didn't expect for that book to affect me the way it did when I was reading it, because it really touched me, and there were characters I could connect to, and it was beautiful and lyrical, and I loved it. So I think that whole experience took me off guard, and so that's just good, and I still vividly remember it from high school, so there's that. I think I'm going to go for that, reading Realm of Possibility for the first time. So, she also asked me who my auto-buy author is, and I don't have an auto-buy author. I love David Levithan, but there's books of his I just don't want to read. I love Tamora Pierce, and there's books of her, series of hers that I didn't like. I didn't really like the, I forgot the name of the character, the Terrier series. I'm not a big fan of the Terrier series, like I am a Circle Magic book series. So I really don't think I have an auto-buy author. I think I've read every book that Annabeth Albert currently has released because they're all of one series, but I think more of my interest in that series is because it's about gay, geeky characters, and there's road trips and love. So if when she stopped writing out a series, I probably won't be super interested in picking up her next book. So, and same thing with like Becky Albertalli and Adam Severi, where I'm interested in their upcoming books, but it doesn't mean they're my auto-buy author right now. Okay, AJ Raven asked me what book or book series would you like to see adapted into a film, TV series, live action, or animated? I saw the Circle of Magic book series, and I know it's not going to happen. Tamora Pierce doesn't want her books to be adapted, I believe, or at least into a TV or film, I think. Just animated would be really cool. I think it'd be really cool to have like an animated version of it. Just saying, it'd be amazing. I think her books those are probably like my favorite fantasy series growing up, and really one of the series that started me to read was this series, so I would love to see it adapted one day, even though I'm pretty sure it won't happen. So, Circle Magic book series by Tamora Pierce. Of Ravens and Kings asked me what is one book I would recommend to everyone I know, and it is really not a book like that. I think I've said that before. It's like, there are books that I love, but I know that won't fit for everyone that are in my life that I've met, so it's just, there's not really a book like that. If I had to pick something, I'd want people to read Two Boys Kissing But They Love Is On, because I think that book just has a beautiful message and some really strong characters in it. And honestly, that parallel story is beautifully done. I think that's a book that could affect a lot of people and can like show a lot of people about issues they might not necessarily be aware of. So that's what I would say. But really, I don't think that book even is for everyone. So yeah. CC Salinas asked me what inspired me to start my channel, and it was just, I started my channel after watching, I decided I was going to make the channel after watching 2 BookTube videos. I had only seen 2 BookTube videos, and I was like, I'm going to start a channel, and I kind of do decisions like that very often. I think it was just like, oh, I love reading. It'd be nice to share my love of reading with people, because I see people doing this now. I didn't know people were doing this on YouTube, and I was like, I'm just going to do it, because that sounds like something I'd love to do. So yeah, that's how I pretty much made that decision. Book Sniffing Fangirl asked me what song can you relate most to your favorite book and why, which is really hard. My favorite book still to this day is Realm of Possibility by Dave Levithot. And there are 20 different characters in this book, which makes that a really, really hard question to answer. There's 20 different characters, 20 different little Snapchats of their lives, and it's beautiful and it's brilliant. And I really like the style of it and everything. But that makes this a hard question. I thought about it, and I'm really just thinking the song that I'm thinking of really only mainly fits Daniel and Jed, but also can fit some other characters in the book as well. And it's Inevitable by Anne Boleyn. So we're gonna go with that. Rainbow Sky Child asked me when was the last time I saw a rainbow in the sky, and on a scale of 1 to 10, how spectacular it was. So I live in Chicago. I don't really see rainbows very often, but a couple months ago, or maybe it was a month, I don't know anymore, it was an amazing moment for Chicago. I feel like there was a double rainbow, and it was full arch. You could see the entire arch of the rainbow. It was beautiful. I was outside playing Pokemon Go, and I just looked up. No, it's so funny because I was outside playing Pokemon Go. It's raining actually, you guys. It's straight up raining, and I'm trying to keep my phone not wet, and then see this girl run past me without shoes on to go run into the street to take a picture of the sky. And I look up and I'm just like, it's a double arch rainbow. It's beautiful. It's fantastic. And I'm sitting there just like, I've never even seen a rainbow, because I really don't think I have. Like, maybe just like a little bit of a fragment of one. Never a full arch, and never a double rainbow full arch. It was 2. It was insane. Then I got a message from my boyfriend's mom being like, hey, are you seeing this right now? I'm like, yes, I am. And she's like, do you have a camera? Go up to the roof. And because people are running up to the roof of our building to get like the shot of it from the skyline, like Chicago skyline. And I'm just like, it was freaking amazing. It was spectacular. I give it a 10 because honestly, my first rainbow. I don't know what other people thought. I just thought it was like completely amazing. Alex asked me which book I wish had a sequel and which book I wish didn't have a sequel. I don't think Becoming Chloe needed one, but at the same time, I'm gonna probably one day pick up that little short story and read it, just because I feel like Becoming Chloe wraps up so well and it's beautiful where it is. A book I wish had a sequel. I think my answer is always Hero by Perry Moore, because there was supposed to be a sequel, but the author died before he could write it. I really wish he could have finished that sequel, because I think that's one of my favorite books, that just kind of, where it ends, there's supposed to be more. And so we're going to go with that. Restricted section asked me, what 5 fictional characters would I most want to be friends with in real life? This is hard. I had to think about this and I was like, I don't know. But I came up with some answers. Ethan from The Evolution of Ethan Poe. I don't know why I love this book as much as I do. I don't know why I love Ethan as much as I do. I think I just kind of related to him trying to stay out of things but not really being able to, the way he gets pulled into these different situations. And he is a good friend. He is such a good friend, like so loyal to his friend, even though she's freaking insane from his end. Like, she just seems too much for him. Yeah, from Simon versus the Homo Sapien Agenda, I love Leia. I think Leia puts up with a lot of crap in this book. As much as I love Simon and Blue, I feel like Simon makes some bad decisions in this book. I think I've said that before, when it comes to his friendship with Leia and decisions that he makes, and people they're not thinking about Leia in this book. That when there's moments where when all she does is think about them and do things for them, and I really love Leia, so definitely gotta say Leia for this one. Nico D'Angelo. Not because he can shadow travel and it's like a son of Hades, even though being friends with the son of Hades could have its advantages. I just really love Nico's character. I think I liked Nico's character's development over the books. And where he is right now, not only this, but where he is in the Hidden Oracle. I just think we'd be good friends. I think we could be good friends. It'd be great. So, Nico D'Angelo. Last but absolutely not least, probably the person I want to be friends with the most from this book, Jed. Jed is a fantastic friend. You learn that from the chapter Escapade, where he, I think it's the girl's name is Lily, and she talks about how whenever she's kind of in these like grayest of her moods, and she's like her depression's hitting the hardest, how Jed's there for her, and it's beautiful, and I loved it, and I love Jed. So Sarah Plata asked me what book or author has influenced you the most. Had to think about that. I think David Levithan as an author in general, just because when I first read Boy Meets Boy and Random Possibility, it was like, oh, people can write about these. I can write about my experiences and write about books with queer characters and still be published. I was at a point. I've always known I wanted to write, be a writer since like elementary school, and I didn't really think about being able to write queer characters in my fiction until then. Like, all my characters were straight in books prior to that, and any of the school things that I had released. So yeah, that was a big moment for me. And also his books, Round Possibility and Boy Meets Boy, really helped me a lot in that kind of transitioning period in my high school years, for sure. And I can say his books have even helped me to this day. With Two Birds Kissing, when I read it this year, was a fantastic and very moving book for me. So David Levithan, his books, for that answer. Sarah Plata also asked me what was the last film you saw which was based on a book. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, based off of a comic that I haven't read, or a graphic novel, something like that, by Brian O'Malley, I believe. But yeah, we watched this recently. This is like probably one of my favorite movies, to be honest. Erica from Erica SOS Books and Vanessa VR asked me questions that I think I have the same answer to. Erica's question was, what is my favorite classic of all time? And Vanessa VR's question was, what is my favorite book that I had to read for school? And so my answer is A Midsummer Night's Dream by William Shakespeare. I took 2 Shakespeare classes in college because I love Shakespeare. And we got to read A Midsummer Night's Dream, which is probably still to today my favorite Shakespeare play. Honestly, it's either that or The Tempest or Titus Andronicus, and they hop back and forth. But either way, they're my favorite classic, and they're my favorite books that I've read for school, because I've read all of those for school. So yeah, that's my answer for those 2 questions. Rachel Wagner asked me a really interesting question. It is, being gay, like, she asked me, as a gay person, do I find it hard to relate to straight romance in books, or is good writing and a compelling couple all that matters? I don't think that I do have a hard time relating to straight romance in books, because there are some couples, straight romances in books that I absolutely love. Hazel and Frank. I root for Hazel and Frank so much in the Heroes of Wonder series. And Percy and Annabeth from that series as well. There's some other couplings from books that I've read that I really enjoy. And if it's a subplot, I'm usually focused on other things besides the romance aspect, even in queer books. Like, a good example of that is Merlin's Moon, a book that I read recently. I really just wanted to ignore the queer plotline in that, because I thought that wasn't really done well, and I thought that there were more interesting things about the book than that plotline. I think what matters is that the story is compelling, and that the romance subplot doesn't take away from that, because I don't read books for romance. Like, I really don't. I'm usually, if I'm reading a book for romance, I'm going to go and pick up an Emma romance. That's what I'm going to do usually. So I want this subplot romance to work with everything else well. Actually, I did just think of another couple that in a book that I really, really root for, and that's Eve and Jason from Eve the Awakening. I think Jenna Morrissey writes that couple extremely well, and the development of that couple extremely well. It doesn't feel forced, and I really liked it, and honestly, I shipped that couple. I remember being like, yes, I shipped this, at the end of the book. So yeah, so it really is depend on writing, and also just that romance doesn't take away from anything else in the story for me. Nicola asked me what 5 songs would best fit a soundtrack of my younger self. This is like harder than Friday Vibes, because this is like a Friday Vibe possible topic. Like, that sounds like it. But yeah, I picked some songs. A Little Respect by Erasure. I don't know. That song, I'm thinking self-respect and just self-discovery in life. Pressure by Company of Thieves. That song was my life for a little bit. Like, I listened to that song so often when I was younger, and I related to the lyrics in a certain way, and it's just that song. 3, Somebody by Reba. A little country in there. Yeah, just that song. I'm not gonna explain it, really. I'm Not Okay by MCR, maybe? Yeah. And Dance in the Dark by Lady Gaga. If you could change the ending of any book, what would it be? Half Lost by Sally Gray. At first I didn't think I had an answer for this, like when you originally posted this question. Oh, so I didn't say who posted the question. It was Styles Ruiz. When you originally posted this question, I was like, oh, I don't have an answer for that. Then I was sitting here, and I looked at the list, and I was like, oh my god, how did I forget? I think I've blocked out how much I hated the ending of Half Lost, and how I feel like I wasted my time with that trilogy. As much as I liked the first book, and I enjoyed the second book, I feel, and even the twist in the second book is something I enjoyed. I really hate that ending, and I'm so upset by that ending and the way that these characters were treated over this time. I hate the ending of Half Lost by Sally Gray. Alright, that was the last question, but you know what I can do is now give away something, and that is happiness, unlike the ending of Half Lost. Yeah. Alright, so I have assigned numbers to each entry. Some people have 2 entries, which gives them 2 different numbers. And then I put that max number into a generator, so that the generator will generate between the one and whatever that number, the max number is. And then I'm just going to hit generate, and it gives me a number. The number is applied to a person, and that person wins this giveaway. So let's do it. Alright. The lighting just like totally flipped. It was really weird. Alright, so I have the numbers in a generator. I'm just gonna hit generate. I have the list to figure out who it correlates to. I hit the generate button. It landed on 12, and that is the entry for Nicolette. So Nicolette, you have won the giveaway. I'm going to get in contact with you, or should maybe have done that before now, or will after they upload this. We'll find out. And get in contact with you so that I can send you the gift card for the Amazon, so you can get books or whatever you want from that. And I'll see you all in my next video. I hope you guys like this video. Like, subscribe, comment would be really nice. And I'll see you all next time. Bye.